Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. And today I am setting up a cup to do a shiplap cup. So this is what I have so far. This is washi tape, and my mom bought it when my kids were being buttholes in the store. I think it's ugly. So I decided to use it here as my shiplap tape, since it'll just be torn off and thrown away when it's done. I lost my train of thought. That's actually fairly normal for me now that I have all these little munchkins running around. Yeah. Oh, I was going to use electrical tape, but I decided I wanted my shiplap to be smaller. And I checked around to see if I could find a smaller electrical tape, a thinner electrical tape, and I couldn't. So I have this start point staggered so that when I cut the boards in, I can cut my edges, and that'll be the start of the board. So this is moving slowly but surely. This is so far not the easiest tumbler I've made. Definitely not the hardest. I think the hardest one that I've made so far is I think it should be called a double wood grain. It's the peekaboo where it has the glitter underneath of it. So I asked, and my followers asked for gray shiplap. What, Amos? What did Dean do? Are you getting sleepy? Nine. No touch. Yeah, that's why I said no touch. Get. The joys of young children. At least that's what they tell me. Probably should have used, and if I do this again, I will use a washi tape where it's easier to see the edges. This one is so busy, I have to really look to find the edges. So I find, like I said, this washi tape particularly ugly. But I kind of bet my grandmother would love it. She's into flowers. Me, not so much. So I've been watching a lot of people, how they design these and how they do theirs. And I love that people are now adding the waves on the bottom with a kraken coming out. So I think I'm definitely going to have to do that. Where's my third line? There it is. That third line is like over a little farther than the rest. The first two are a little closer. I think I did that just to see if I could find it. Like I said, this tape is so busy. It's really hard to see the lines, the edges of it. Tala. My dog is laying next to me, by the way. I'm not just... As a parent, I feel like I have Tourette's a lot of times, and I just yell random things. But my dog is actually sitting here, and she's licking, driving me insane. I'm losing that little one. It's almost nap time. I usually put him down around 11:30. And I think it's about 11:20, 11:25 right now. All right, so we're almost all the way down. I don't know how well the sound picks up on this thing, but if you guys can hear my children, I'm sorry. I got them Burger King for breakfast, and I'm pretty sure the grease went to their brain. So it looks like if you're going to try this, you're going to need about a whole roll of washi tape. All right, so I think this is going to be the last row. And I'm just going to let that bottom be real dark, because that's where I'm going to put the waves at anyways. So even though it has a little bit more of a space than I wanted it to have, I think it's going to be okay. So I've seen where people are taking the waves like halfway up their cup. My goal is really like here or here. I want the shiplap to be the focal point of the cup, not the waves. All right. So now it's taped top to bottom. So now we have to cut in the boards. So what I'm doing is trying to find the edge on the top one. There it is. I keep holding this the wrong way. If you hold your knife the wrong way, it does not cut. Just an FYI. All right, so I cut a small slit to make the board. And then what I'm going to do is about thirds. So go about here. And now you see why my husband gets so mad at me with this knife, because I've got it swinging all around while I'm doing this. All right, so the top line. You can see that it's got 3 boards on it. So the next one down, like I said, I just want to find that edge. I know you heard that. My tiny one is a screamer. And I cannot figure out how to make him stop. Alright, so, I don't know, a little over a half an inch. Alright, so I'm not gonna have you sit here and watch me do this because it's boring as hell. I will continue to cut these around, staggering them so that the boards don't line up. Sort of like if you have ever laid wooden floors in your house, you stagger them. So, and I will come back when it's time to, when my children are napping, and it's time to do the alcohol inks. And we can watch this cup progress together. Thanks for tuning in.